Hey guys, welcome to Silver Lake Honey Channel. It is the last week of June. We're checking our apiary to see what's going on. Honey flow is on. We're adding boxes left and right everywhere. I hope you and your bees are doing good. Some of you that follow our channel, you know that we have different kind of things going on, different kind of projects. For example, we have here a Nuc and a package hive that we are going to compare throughout the year. We install the bees and we do inspection around every week to 10 days to compare the two and see what's going on. So today we're going to check them and see how they do. Also, we transferred some of our Nucs into our regular hives. We have our regular hives. We're adding honey supers. We also have double deep hives. Also, for those that are new to our channel, we're adding double deep frames and having hives to draw the foundation on them, and we're gonna add 2 frames in some of our hives as an experiment to see how they're gonna survive the winter in that configuration. We had pretty dry weather in June, and last few days we had rain. We had drought throughout the June, and this year is not as good as we had. Like last year was pretty good as far as honey production. This year is kind of average and below average, but there's still time for them to catch up, so we'll see how that's gonna go. So let's check our hives. Let's check the Nuc Hive and a package hive and see how they're doing this week. First, we're gonna check the Nuc Hive and see. Last week we added the second box, and we're gonna check if they expanded in the second box and how many frames do they occupy. We also removed the feeder and a pollen patty because they're bringing a lot of nectar. So we're gonna smoke a little bit. Okay, I can see bees in the second box, and I can see the white comb right here. So they're doing pretty good. We're not gonna go through both boxes. We're just gonna check this box and see if the queen moved up and is laying on the second box. We don't look for the queen every time, we just look for eggs, and that's the sign that she's been there. Wow, the Nuc Hive is gonna be ready for the honey super pretty soon. You can see there's a lot of new nectar coming in, shiny. So we're gonna put this honey all the way to be our first frame, and then we're gonna have the foundation. Let's see what's here. Oh yeah, it's all eggs. So it's all eggs on this frame and capped brood. This is the frame that we moved from our original Nuc that was in the first box. We moved the capped honey in the middle of the second box, and yeah, there. So the brood is hatching, and they're putting nectar instead of brood. Cup here. No egg, so they're not planning on swarming. They still have space. Eggs. What I like the queen when she knows when to make brood and then have honey dome above the brood. So she's already thinking, you know, preparing for winter. Here, this is all eggs right here, and then big fat honey dome above eggs. Okay. So we're gonna move these frames that are not drawn. Now we're gonna do some checkerboarding so they draw these frames too. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frames that they need to work on, and they have 4 frames already drawn. So we can wait till next week with our honey super, but definitely next week we're gonna add honey super to the Nuc hive. Okay, now we're gonna check our package hive. So we checked last week and we added some sugar syrup, and they weren't ready for the second box. Yeah, they're full right now, so they'll be ready for the second box this week. As you can see, they consumed all these 2 pounds of the pollen. That we make our own pollen patty with the pollen that they collected. We grind it and add honey. That's all that it is, honey and original pollen. And they consumed all the syrup, so there's no more syrup left. So they're ready for the second box. So we're gonna move the feeder up in the second box and add 2 new frames of foundation, and also we're gonna move the pollen patty up. As you can see, there's a lot of bees, so they're ready for the second box. So this first frame, there's a larvae and eggs. So there's a lot of brood. So this frame is not drawn all the way. Next frame is not drawn all the way. So we're gonna keep feeding them sugar syrup because it takes a lot of energy for them to draw these frames. We can see eggs, so that's good. That means the queen is still present. We don't have to look for her every time, but if we see the queen, you know, it's okay. But if we don't, it's fine. There's a lot of new bees being born, and they're placing a lot of these nectar, replacing with in the brood frames. We have some funny comb going on. So what we need to do is rub the wax really good so they draw the foundation evenly. Sometimes you buy frames with foundation that's already has wax on it, but these happen to be unvaxxed, so you have to wax them really good. The way we do that is by melting the wax in the pot, and then use the paint roller to apply it to our foundation. Yeah, there's a lot of eggs, and they're actually feeding, you know, those larvae. There's a lot of royal jelly, so I like to see that, you know, so that they're not dry. A lot of eggs. Okay, so what we're gonna do is take 2 frames. As you can see, we double wax our frames really good. We try to cover every cell, but sometimes, you know, we miss and they build that funny comb. But they're gonna fix that. So one of the plastic foundation is gonna go in number 2, and another one is gonna go in number 9. And so this one is larvae. So we're moving a frame that has caproot and honey. We're gonna move it in our second box. Okay, so we have 2 of foundations and 1 that's half drawn, so they still have something to work on in the bottom box, but we're gonna add the second box too. And place our caproot and honey in the middle. So what this does is encourages bees from the bottom box to move up and start drawing these other frames. Okay, so we're still gonna add some sugar syrup because there's a lot of energy. It takes them a lot of energy to draw these frames, and we're gonna let them finish this pollen patty too. Okay, so that'll be all for the Nuc and a package beehive. What we didn't do nothing to the Nuc hive. We can see that it occupies 4.5 frames of brood, and it's expanding, so we did a little bit checkerboarding. So probably next week we're gonna add a honey super to our Nuc hive. So Nuc is doing a lot better than a package bee. In the package beehive, we lifted 1 frame of caproot up in the middle, and we moved the feeder and rest of the pollen patty. So we're gonna let them draw rest of these frames. So our goal for the package hive is to build enough resources to survive the winter. Our goal is not to have any honey for us this year. It's just enough for them, you know, to store and have enough for the winter. But Nuc hive, we're gonna see if they're gonna make any extra honey for us. That's the plan for the future. Stay tuned. Next week we're gonna add honey super for the Nuc hive and see how the package beehive develops. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Happy beekeeping.